Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on the Arrowverse as a whole, but mainly to do so with the Flash Season 7 and Batwoman Season 2. But you could add in Superman and Lois as well as Black Lightning into the mix as well. But for this video, I'll mainly be focusing on the Flash and Batwoman, although I'll be speaking about the other shows as well. So just in case you guys didn't know, very recently all of our Arrowverse shows have started filming for their new upcoming seasons. Some of them are obviously way ahead of others because in the case of Batwoman, we know they started filming a lot earlier than everybody else. But in the case of The Flash, they already had their first episode pretty much finished. They just needed to add the extra amount of footage in to wrap up their season premiere. But they literally just did that in one day. And they wrapped up episode 2, I believe so, like 2 weeks ago or maybe last week, but I think they finished episode 2. Now, very recently we found out that Superman and Lois has now officially begun filming for their new season as well, their first season. Now, another thing we know was that due to the pandemic, we obviously had multiple delays for these DCTV Arrowverse shows, and due to them starting late with their filming, all these shows wanted to get as many episodes out of the way as possible so they could obviously give us something new without any issues coming forward. So this obviously led to the plan where all of our DCTV shows would be premiering around January. However, literally a couple of hours ago, we got the new schedules and premiere dates released for all of the CW shows. The Flash, as well as most of the other Arrowverse shows, have now been delayed later than January. So for this video, I'll pretty much just be going over the schedule and giving you guys my overall thoughts on it. But also I will give you guys my thoughts on the new Batwoman suit as well, since I didn't really have time to go over that for its own video. So I'm not going to read the whole schedule, I'll just be focusing on the DC TV shows. So the article I'm looking at right now is from TV Line, so credit to them for releasing these schedules. Now, the first DC TV show that's going to be released and isn't facing a delay is Batwoman Season 2. Now, Batwoman Season 2 will be premiering in Sunday, January 17th at 8 p.m. So that's the only show that isn't delayed. Now, I don't really know why Batwoman isn't delayed, but the other Arrowverse shows are. Maybe it's something to do with them starting early as they're ahead of everybody else, because I really have no other idea why the other shows are delayed but Batwoman isn't. But Batwoman will be the very first Arrowverse show that we will see return to our screens, and I am very excited to see what they have planned for us in regards to Season 2 and the new Ryan Wilder character. Now, speaking of Batwoman and Ryan Wilder, we obviously got our first official look of her new suit, and it just looks awesome. I absolutely love it. It's quite different to Ruby Rose's suit, however, they did stick to the black and red design. However, I love the extra amount of red that they added into the suit. It makes it look more eye-catchy in a way. I love what they did with the belt, the utility belt. It's very different to Ruby Rose's one, but also I love what they did with the gauntlet as well. It just looks so good. I also love the design on the suit and like the paddings and everything else. I think it looks a lot better than Ruby Rose's suit. However, it does have a similar design, although it is quite different in the same time as well. Now, one thing I'm glad is that they brought back the full mask. Now, I know that wasn't technically Ruby Rose's fault because she had some allergic reactions, which is why they had to get rid of the full mask. But I'm glad that they brought this back for Javicia Leslie's suit, and it is the same mask design that they had for Ruby Rose's suit. But one thing I love is how the cape transitions from black to red, just like how her hair does. But Javicia Leslie looks great in this costume, and I can't wait to see her in action as the new Batwoman. I think she'll be great. Another massive change you'd notice with this suit is obviously the wig, where we have a massive curly hair and some red highlights at the tips. It really does suit Javicia, so overall I really like this suit. But next up to go over, we have the season premiere for Black Lightning Season 4. Now, I'm not sure about Black Lightning's filming status because they film in Atlanta while the other Arrowverse shows film in Vancouver. And also I'm a lot behind on Black Lightning as well. So I don't really know what they have planned for us and just various other things like that. But just in case for those who want to know, Black Lightning will be premiering during Monday, February 8th at 9 p.m. Now, the next show that will be returning to our screens is actually The Flash Season 7, and it premieres during Tuesday, February 23rd at 8 p.m. So in regards to The Flash, I really have no idea why this has been delayed later than January, because unlike the other Arrowverse shows, they had their majority of episode 1 already filmed and they literally wrapped up the remaining scenes in one day. They have also finished episode 2 as well. So as of now, they should be done, if not nearly done, with episode 3. So judging from that, it looked like they would be good for a January premiere date. So I honestly have no idea why this delay happened for The Flash. However, I'll give you guys my theory to why they delayed this after I finish talking about this schedule. Now, because of this delay, I think The Flash will only aim for like 18 episodes for this season. They could obviously still aim for more, but judging from this delay, I think 18 episodes will be what they're going for. Now, this wouldn't be too bad because it will prevent those long and dragged out storylines that we usually get for long episode seasons. That would obviously result into loads of filler episodes. So an 18 episode season would be short and would prevent lots of fillers from happening. However, if they were aiming for 18 episodes, this would be another problem that would occur. Now, the 150th episode of The Flash is during The Flash Season 7 and is actually during episode 17, which would mean that the penultimate episode should be some sort of a special episode, however related to the story that they're planning, because special episodes are usually filler episodes. But if it's so near to the end of the season, especially with the penultimate episode, the 150th episode should be centered around the story, or else it would just be so random having a filler episode as a penultimate episode of a season. But lastly to go over is Superman and Lois. Now, Superman and Lois, unlike the other shows, would have needed this delay because they started filming a lot later than the other shows. So Superman and Lois is premiering during Tuesday, February 23rd at the same time as The Flash. However, it's an hour later, so at 9 p.m. So the same day of The Flash basically, and I am very, very excited for this show. Now, one thing I'm really confused with is that when Superman and Lois premieres, Batwoman will be well into their 7th or even 8th episode, while Superman and Lois would have just started. So if Batwoman doesn't have a break anytime in between the episodes, which episode would the crossover be in? Because they're usually in like episode 8 or 9. So it would be weird having the crossover during the 3rd episode of Superman and Lois. And in Batwoman, it would obviously still be normal. So I'm interested to see what they'll do in regards to the crossover. Will they delay it later on into the season? Or will it exactly be what I just spoke about? Now, you would notice that Legends of Tomorrow or Supergirl isn't on this list. And this is because they're going to premiere later on. So maybe in like March or so. I'm not really sure. But as I said, I would be speculating to why this delay happened. So why did this delay happen? So I think this is because of the crossover. Now, the shows would want to get as many episodes done as possible within a specific amount of time, so they'll just be able to give us new content without having any troubles apart from like breaks and other stuff like that. However, crossovers take like twice the amount of time to film than normal episodes. And yes, although this crossover is mainly centered around Superman and Lois as well as Batwoman, it was said that the other Arrowverse characters would appear in this crossover as well. But really, other than The Flash, I really have no idea who else would be there, because Sarah Lance would obviously be up an alien spaceship and Kara would be working with Lena to take down Leviathan. So I don't really know about this. Like, I don't know if the other Arrowverse characters would actually appear, because if this is the case, I would say that this crossover would be later on into the season so they could get these characters to show up. Or else, if they are aiming for those episode 9s and stuff, and obviously Superman in its case would be in episode 3, when they say other Arrowverse characters, would they just be talking about The Flash? So we would have Superman, Batwoman, and The Flash show up for this crossover. Maybe Black Lightning, but the problem with this is if Black Lightning was to appear in this crossover, Cress Williams would have to quarantine for 2 weeks since he would be in Vancouver. So I doubt Black Lightning would show up in this crossover as well, because they need to film in Atlanta and get their episodes done as well. So this is why I think there is a delay. Obviously, I could be wrong about that. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about this delay and what you guys think the reason behind this could be. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.